back in the day, when we took photos, we developed those photos, and then we chose the best ones for our, not digital photo album, but tangible photo album. Then with the advent of social media, we were able to post online on those accounts easily, so we could share the photos and videos with our friends, our community. Now, we don't just post a photo or video. Now we have to think about filters, we have to think about effects. You can now add text, so you have to think about the font type, font color, font size. You can now think about, okay, let me add a song. Which song am I going to add to this video? Am I going to introduce slow motion, or will I speed it up? Or am I going to add new images? Or am I going to increase the size of my eyes? Or am I going to erase the flaws on my skin? There's so many choices now when it comes to modifying a photo or a video. So now we don't just take a photo and we post it. No, we have to apply filters and effects. And it's interesting because probably when you take a photo, it's not just you take a photo and that's the one you're going to post. No, you're going to take like 5, 10 or maybe 15, and then you choose the best one. And then before actually posting it, you have to apply extra additional filters and effects. And so what happens is then if it's a photo of you, then that person that you then post looks probably very different from the person you see in the mirror. So why is this a bad thing? Because if you do this a lot, then you're going to start to believe that that version should be the you, should be the new version, should be your actual version. So that's why, unfortunately, BDD becomes more prominent. BDD, Body Dysmorphic Disorder. Meaning that those flaws that you have, you think that these flaws are massive and are hindering your life. You think that you have to solve them or cure them before you can be happy, before you can connect, before you can meet someone, before you can love yourself, before you can become successful. You are really panicking because you have these flaws. And you're actually it's hindering you, the thought alone. It's creating an anxiety, it can create depression, even suicidal thoughts. Just because you are not perfect, you are not even close to that person, that self, that you, that online version of you that you post, you look like not even close to that person. So unfortunately what happens is when you look in the mirror, that person you don't like anymore, you don't acknowledge that person anymore, you don't love that person anymore, you don't wish that person well. You're like, I want to become like that person that I post about. And the problem is, when we check Instagram a lot, when we check social media a lot, we see people who look fit, especially on Instagram, you see people who look fit. Even with all these filters, it's not no surprise that people will look better online than in real life. People actually might look fit, but here's the thing. When you expose yourself to celebrities who look fit constantly, then you are also constantly comparing yourself to them. And that's a problem, because back in the day, we compared ourselves and we could identify ourselves with just a group of people, just like 5 people, 10 people, our friends, the people we went to school with. Those are the ones we could compare ourselves with. And then on television, you see some movies or series and you see people who look fit, but that's it. But now we can constantly enter this world, this digital world, where we see people looking fantastic, looking fit, and you're like, oh wow, how am I going to become like that? You think that's the new norm. You think everyone looks like that. So just because you expose yourself to that content so much, you think that you are lacking something, that you think that you are now behind. And you don't want to be left behind. You want to become like them. You think that's the new norm. You think that's the way to be if you want to be accepted by society. So then you become more paranoid to become that person. You want to become that person who looks thin, who looks confident, who looks like he or she has everything together, like she has the life that you're dreaming of, right? So because you expose so much, your self-confidence is decreasing. It means that you are then slowly but surely then telling yourself, I should become like that as well. And you try to become that person based on the filters that you apply on those photos. But then, not everyone luckily, but there are a group of people, teenagers, who think, you know what, let me get into this whole topic of surgery. What are the options there? Can I really get rid of my flaws? And sometimes if people want to undergo surgery, like who am I to judge them, right? If they have like some spot or this or that's really messing with their self-confidence, okay, you know, everyone has their reasons and they might be valid, it's up to them. But sometimes it's too extreme. It's like they really want to become that person that they post so they can match all the other people they see online, or they think that's the way to live life successfully. And that's why you want to be careful. And that's why, unfortunately, you hear these terms, BDD, Body Dysmorphic Disorder, Snapchat dysmorphia, Instagram dysmorphia, this whole phenomenon of like, oh, I'm not good enough. That person who's I see in the mirror is not good enough. I need to change my appearance in order to fit in. So this is something you want to be aware of, whether you're suffering from this or whether you're a parent or a teenager. Understand that you want to focus more on the offline version of you. Don't focus so much on the online version of you. Focus on you, improve yourself, improve the story you tell yourself about yourself when you're by yourself, that self-confidence you want to boost. And that's the one that really can attract happiness, success, and wealth, and everything you want in life. So disconnect a bit from social media. Don't focus on the online version so much. Don't try to fit in. You are perfect as you are now. You can always improve in terms of maybe your appearance or behavior or whatever. But don't think that you have to apply these filters and think that that's the person you should be in order to be accepted by society. Definitely not. Focus more on the offline version of you.